Okay, good morning everybody. Thank you for coming to join me. I'm having real trouble videoing today. I'm getting so tongue-tied and I don't know how to edit videos, so this is about the 10th time I've tried to start this one. So my frog journal that I'm making, if you watch the previous video, you'll know that I'm using the Ribbit kit, or the frog kit called Ribbit, from Amy at Crafty Cat, and it's got lots of lovely images in it of frogs. I've also got a few pages of Jeremy Fisher in here that I had left over from a previous book. So Amy's papers are just beautiful. I'll put a link to the kit below so you can have a look at it. But it's all about frogs, bugs, butterflies. And I've actually paired it with her, I think it's called Torn Paper and Fern kit. And I'll link both of them below, or I'll put them in the description below. The two kits just went so well together. It's quite a grungy look, which is what I wanted. So just recapping what we did last time, we made this out of an envelope, and I've put a journaling card in it. So this was an envelope that we made, and I put Jeremy Fisher on the front, and I've put a journaling card on the inside there that I'll put something on, and then this is one of the pages from the kit that I've cut down just to make a journaling card to go in there. So I think Jeremy Fisher's telling this frog all about his adventures because he's just been spat out by the trout. So the way that I did it, if you look at the last video, it was an envelope that I covered, and the flap on the back, we folded it over, and I've made it into a pocket on the back. And I just love this paper. Is actually from Amy's spring kit last year, and it's just beautiful, and it just goes together so nicely. This is part of the kit as well. It's one of the kit pages that I've cut down, and I've actually I've heat embossed. You probably can't see that, maybe you can see it's shiny. I've heat embossed just the ladybird to make it stand out just a little bit. So I did that. I'm putting some fabrics on the edges of the papers, so I don't know if you can see that, they're going on there, so I'm doing that. I've got a little pocket that's going on the front of this one, and it's got a little mushroom on it there. I've put a little, we made these last time out of Amy's CD cases, and that's a little pocket on the back of that, so I did that. What else have I done? There was the page that had the little paper because it was folded, so there was a little piece of paper here that was left over, so I've added this to it and I've made it into a pocket. There's a pocket there, there's a pocket there on a glassine bag, and there's a pocket there at the back. I love that frog. Isn't he beautiful? He looks so serious, doesn't he? So that's become a pocket. I can't get it in. So I just thought I'd bring you along with me. Beautiful papers, Amy. And show you what I'm doing. And hopefully you're going to like it. That's going on the back there, I think. So let's have a look at what we're going to do. I wanted to make a few things to go in it. So I've got an envelope, and this I want it to be a flap in the back of the first signature, and then that's the first signature just about done. So that I want that to be a flap in there, so it's going to open like that, and you'll be able to put things in it, and then you can still write on this bit if you wanted to as well. So that's my plan. That's where that's going to go. So I need to cover that. Let's get going. Crack on. I've got all sorts in here, all sorts. I've got lots of Amy's papers that I've printed off. I kind of want to go with the green theme, I think. I've got the pocket this is from the torn paper and fern kit, and I'm thinking I'm going to put that on there. So I think I might cover it in the green, the envelope. I thought I had a piece already. I have. I'll use that one. So I'm using all sorts of different papers of Amy's. As I say, the main ones are the Ribbit kit. But I think when you've got a couple of kits from one designer, noisy paper. I know I've said it before, but when you've actually got papers from another designer, they all just start and match together. So, you know, if you've got a couple of digital kits from one person, you'll just notice that actually you can start and use them all together. They just go. And that's because the designer's the same one that, you know, their artwork just matches. And sometimes you can even match other designers as well, which is an extra bonus. Some of the journaling cards that I'm using in this one are actually from Mrs. Cog. She has a lovely frog kit, so I'm using some of those as well. I've got some of those left over from a kit that, from a project that I did before, so I'm going to use those. I'm going to put that paper on there. Just noticing it has got writing on it. I think this one's from her Amy, from Amy's 1920 kit, 1920 something I think she called it. These papers aren't going to go all the way to the end, so I'm just going to put a little bit of ink around them. So I hope you're all okay. I don't know if I've said, I know I said it in one of the other videos that I had to switch off. We've had such terrible weather here in the UK. It's been windy, it's been cold, it's been raining, hailing. Today it's a bright sunny day. So bright I've had to pull the blind. Just checking that writing's the right way up. I've had to close my blind a little bit. I think I'm just going to take a snag off the top of there because it just fits on the envelope, and I just want a bit of an edge around it. And I've torn that wonky donkey now, haven't I? Should have left it, Carol. Should have left it as was. But it's fine. It's okay. No, that's better. It fits on there nicely. And I've still got my glue book out of sight of you all because it's just... Oh, glue. Oh, glue stick. Found it. The glue book is a medical one, and it's got some very graphic pictures in that, gosh, a golly. I wanted to do like a medical journal, an anatomy journal, that's the word I'm looking for. And I wanted old pictures, and I was hoping that this book might have some old things in, but it's I think it's from the 60s, and it's just oh my goodness, it's just very graphic. And if it was a family medical journal, medical book for helping folks, well, what can I say? I'm glad it wasn't on our shelves when I was a kid. So that's that covered. Just remind myself where it's going. It's going to go on there, and it does pick out, doesn't it, nice and greens. So I'm happy with that. I like to keep reminding myself what I'm doing and where it's going. I did have a pocket, didn't I? The gremlins have been, I had a little pocket. Oh, I've put it away. It's gone away with all the fairies. So I'm going to put that pocket on there. And I've got a journal card. This is from the torn paper and fern, but that's going to go in there. And I think I might put that little frog on that journal card. I'm getting ahead of myself. We're not trying to fill the pockets yet, are we? No. Back a bit, Carol. So I want to cover this bit as well. I think I'm going to use this, but it's not quite long enough, so I'll have to add something else as well. Try and use up the bits and pieces that I've got. I'm just thinking whether I want to try and fold it over there to strengthen that edge, because it's going to be, you can put things in and out, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. I think what I might do is I'm going to add a piece of paper on the inside that will just strengthen that. Oh, I've just touched my glue, as in the sticky bit. I forgot I hadn't put the lid back on. Yeah, I'm just going to strengthen the inside of that, because that's where you're going to be putting things in and out. So I'm going to slide that in. And just push it down a bit so you can't really see it, except for that bit. Oh, gosh. Stick and glue. Right. Right, that's stuck down. That's better. It just gives it that little bit of strength because you're going to be putting things in and out of that. The writing goes that way, so that's going to go on there. I don't suppose I'm going to get much done today. I'm not very quick, am I? Not very quick at all. Just put some ink around the edge of that. Sometimes I don't mind seeing a torn edge that's not been inked up, but I think because this is the kit's quite grungy looking, I don't want a white bit showing. Let's just edge that again. And I don't really mind if you see a little bit of this, the edge on this envelope, because it's a brown envelope. It's just a standard envelope that we get here in the UK. It's nothing in particular. Oh, and this book, every time I take a page off, it's got like, I don't know, yellow powder. Oh dear, now it's got an awful picture. I don't know if I can keep using this book, you know, I just keep noticing the images on it. I do hope you can't see it. Right, make sure you've got the book. That's the way it's going up, so that's the top, and that's the writing the right way round. There we go. I don't know if I'm going to put a pocket on the inside of this. I would usually, but I just don't know if it's going to be too bulky. What do I want? I don't need much, do I? Let's go that way. Or is there anything in my bits box? Oh, I did have a bits box. That might just go. Oh, that fits, look. Almost fits anyway. It only needs a bit taking off it, so it saves me ripping into another piece that I might be able to use elsewhere. So I'm going to take a snippet off there. Can't figure out how to do it. That way. Come on, Carol. You know you can do it. Do you know what? I'm just going to whip a bit off and see. Not quite enough, was it? And this is where we take too much off. It's a bit too much, but we might put something else across the bottom. And we don't need a big piece of it, do we? I don't like to overfill the journals right at the start, not on the first signature, and then find that your other signatures haven't got as much in because you got carried away on the first one that you did. I think I am going to put something on this one. There we are. So it's nicely decorated. Let's put my pocket on the front. I hope I'm in shot. God, I haven't been looking. So sorry if I haven't been. I'm sure I have. Put that on there. Does it fit? Yes, it does. Glue. So I hope you're all okay anyway. I hope you're doing all right. We're looking forward to it. Not this weekend, next weekend it's Easter here. Does every country have Easter the same weekend? I guess. I'm guessing that you do. That's a silly thing to think, isn't it, really? I should know that. I don't think we're doing anything in particular. My eldest son turns 39, so, gosh, where did those years go? Scary when you say it, isn't it? Very scary. I don't know where time goes. It does fly. when you've got kids and they're little, it feels as if it lasts forever. And it doesn't, it really doesn't. It's gone and you blink and it's past. I am going to put that little frog on there because I just think he's cute. So I'm just going to put that in there for now, just to remind myself that that's what I'm doing. I want this to attach to the journal. That's what I'm trying to think. So that's where it folds. So that is going to be the flap in the book, isn't it? So where it folds, I'm just going to take some off because I don't need that much. So I'm going to take that bit off. So I've still got a little flap there. But what I want to do is I want to put something, I want to cover that. Oh, so close, look. Looks a bit funny the being same colour, doesn't it? Let's have a quick look. Do you know what? I'm going to use that one. I'm going to use this because I think it's going to be about right. The white bit can go in, so you're not going to see that. This is where I always come unstuck. Always trying to get things in. There. So that's going to go like that. Right. I'm just going to put a bit of ink on that white. Sorry, I know I'm juggling you, aren't I? Just going to put a bit of ink on that white bit, just so that we can't see it. And then I'm going to do my very, very best to get it in successfully. Oh, that went in easier than I thought it was going to. There we go. So that then will be a flap. And I think actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in place so that we can see what it looks like. Yes, that's it. I've got the right piece. So that's going to be a flap that goes on there, and then it will flap out like that, and then you can put some things in here. I might try and put another piece of paper in there, but I'm happy with it at the moment. Says me. I might try and just put something. Just stick that down. Do you know what? We're at 18 minutes. I'm not going to get much done at all, am I? Never mind. Slow and steady. I'm going to put that one down. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to glue that down. It's that bit smaller so I can get it in easier. Just so that if I was to cut a little divot, you still wouldn't see that white. So I just want to push that down so that it covers that piece of that strip of white. There we go. Success. That's fine. And then I want to put a little a little divot. I don't want it to be quite half. I only want it to be a small one. Will there do? Perfect. Yeah, I'm happy with that now. And it's stuck in. Brilliant. So I'm going to stick that on there. And then I'll be thinking about what I want to do, if I want to do anything extra on there. Put a tab on it or something. I don't know about you, but sometimes when I've put something, added something to a journal, I need to just think about it for a bit, go and work on something else and then come back to it, and you just have different ideas. You know, your brain's moved on that little bit. I'm going to put it in the middle. Put the glue on the lid, or even the lid on the glue. There we go. It's got a bit of paper there. It's just where I've cut it, isn't it? There we go. So that's going to be a flip there. Oh, I've just noticed I've got this bit of green that I've ripped off from something else. I think I'm going to add that there and have it as a side tuck, you know. Why not? Why not indeed? I know you won't be able to put anything much in it because it's only little. But it's a shame to lose it because it took me ages and ages to do the inking effect on this. Mixed media scares me. I don't think I quite get it, but I did get some lovely paint splots on that. That was the Oxide inks with Tim Holtz. So that's just a little tuck spot there, look. So I'll find a ticket or something to go in there. Just looking, do I want a butterfly? I think I might. I think I might, because the frogs do need something to eat. I think they do eat butterflies, so butterfly beware. Don't get too near any frogs, whatever you do. Squish that down. So if I put my page back in, so that's the page that it will get to, and that will flip out. I may put something on there. I'm going to think about it. I'll probably put a tab or something on here, and I'll back that tag. So that is just about finished. I need to stitch that on there. This is one of Mrs. Cogg's tags, and I was going to put it there as a pocket and then put one of Amy's tags in there. And we get to the middle, Amy's beautiful papers. Put something on there so that it can show that it's a tab to pull out. I want to leave that one so you can write on it. I might put some more fabric on there, I'm not sure. And there, brilliant. So that's that one done. Okay. So then moving on to the second signature. Do I have time? Let me just think what I'm doing with you. Okay, so I just wanted to think about what I want to do, because I don't like to keep you hours and hours, and I know I'm not very quick. I know I'm quite slow. So the second signature, this is a snip that I've had left over from one of Amy's kits. Can't remember which one it was from. And I've just used a little bit of the paper that I had left over and put some little threads on it. And I'm gonna tie those two together on that. So that's going to go on the front of that signature. And then on the inside, I wanted to do a flip out. So I think that's what I'm going to do with you, because I know I'm going to cover that up a little bit. That's going to be a bit less. So yeah, I just wanted to go through this with you and show you what I'm doing. So this envelope, it's just an envelope. It's a new envelope that I've glued together. So I've put a little Jeremy Fisher image on there. And I think I had the quote. One moment. You know, sometimes when you think you're perhaps losing your mind, well, I think that's me. Now I've put that back in. That is the quote. Mr. Jeremy took a reed pole, pushed the boat out to the open water. I know a good place for minnows. And that's what he's doing. So that's why I picked that picture to go there. I remembered. I get there in the end. That's why I say you have to bear with me. It's my age. So it's just a snag shorter than 7 inches. So what I wanted to do, obviously I need it to be shorter so it will fit in that journal. So I'm making that just less than 7 inches. And I was thinking that I could then turn that one up and have it as a little pocket. That was my thought on that. Let's just see if it fits. Actually, it needs to be just that little bit, a snag shorter, just a snag shorter. I know this will be too short now, but I'd rather have it too short than too long. And then that will fold up, and that will be a little pocket on there. Just check it for the height. Yeah, that fits down there. It's hard to see when you've got the camera. Yeah, it does, it just fits there. So that's going to flip open, so there's going to be a journaling spots on here, and then this is going to be a tuck in there. So I want this back piece to be a little bit shorter. I don't want it to be as long, so I'm going to make it 2 inches is going to be big enough. It's not a very big journal, this one. I think it's about maybe 5 by just under 7, so it's not enormous. So that will fit on there like that. That will flip out, and then that will be a tuck, and then this will probably be writing space. There may be a pocket there as well, I'm not sure. So let's get this front bit covered, and what I want to use for that is some of Amy's. I'm just drawn to the yellows and greens. I think maybe that's because I'm noisy tearing, doing a frog journal. So I'm gonna I don't mind if it kind of covers the picture a bit. That doesn't matter. I'm just going to ink the edges of this envelope because I probably won't get the papers all the way to the edge. I do try, but not always successful. It's good if I have it the right way up. So that's going to go on there. Indeed it is. Let's get the first piece down. I'm throwing everything on the floor. Not that I can see it when it falls on the floor. I really do need to have a tidy up. I'll try and get this one thing done with you before I let you go. And then hopefully you'll get a feel for what I'm doing with this frog journal. Hopefully. There we go. So pretty. I think this one is Amy's from in the city, but I just love she's got like gold paint on it, I think, golds and blues. So pretty. Yeah, that's going to go down there. So roughly how big do I need it? That big. And then I'm going to cut it about there. Get that on. I haven't got the whole story of Jeremy Fisher in this book because it's a book that I had that I've used previously, so I didn't have all the pages. I have got another couple of copies of Jeremy Fisher, but I think I said before to you, it's my favourite Beatrix Potter storybook, and I'm always loath to kind of use all of it. It just looked a bit wonky. There we go. I can always trim down this edge if I need to. Do I want a little bit more of that? Will it be too much? Why don't you tear a bit off, Carol, and then you can see. Not that I know how wide I want it. About 1.25 inches. there, about there. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it that way. So take that off there. I like to have something of interest at the beginning of a signature. I sometimes wonder if I try and put too much in my journals. I don't know what the rest of you think. I know they do end up to be quite squidgy. I might put a bit of the green at the top there actually. Yep. Ink that bit. It's nice and bright, isn't it? And actually the colours do match his colour, Mr. Jeremy Fisher. And I think there is a toad in one of Beatrix Potter's books. One of her characters is a toad. I forget what his name is at the minute, but I know I've got a story of him as well, so I could always add some toad, couldn't I? And then this is going to be a pocket, and I might make it just that little bit bigger than it is. I'm going to use this green. When I say bigger, what I mean is a little bit taller. A little bit taller, because it's quite a shallow pocket, that one, isn't it? So I think what I'm going to do is add the glue onto the pocket. Because I do want it stuck down, don't I? So that would be the way. So it's going to go that way like that. It will fold up. And then if I fold it over a little bit, it will strengthen it and make it that little bit taller, which is what I wanted, wasn't it? Oh, and I got the whole, oh gosh, I hope I've been on screen. Sorry folks if I haven't, don't shout at me. That is going to go like that and be a pocket on there. Yep, happy with that. So just need to glue that bit down, fold it back. So I've strengthened the pocket by folding it, and I've also made it that little bit deeper. I'm just going to trim slightly at an angle. And I'm going to slightly, ever so slightly, trim that as well, without cutting myself on my blade, picking it up the wrong way. That's because I wasn't looking. So that's going to be the pocket there. If I just trim this down, it's not very wonky, it's just a little bit wonky. and put a little divot in here. And then that's going to be that pocket. Find something to go in there then. I'm going to glue that up with my wonky gluing. There we go. And I'm just going to put that, my squidging card in there, just so it doesn't glue itself together. I might stitch around that yet, I don't know. But I think that's framed Jeremy Fisher quite nicely. I don't know if you agree or not. And then on the inside, I want it to be, at the moment I want it to be a writing space. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Let me move these out of the way. So again, one of Amy's papers here. And again, I can't quite remember which kit this goes with. But I'm going to put this on. And I'm going to do them, the two bits separately, because otherwise it makes the fold in the middle of your envelope just that bit too thick. So I'm going to stick that one on there, but not up to that crease. So you will see a bit of the middle of your envelope. Sorry folks, I'm banging you again, aren't I? But I'm not going to get hung up over that. You can't make everything. Things don't always turn out perfectly, do they? And I've been told these aren't junk journals because I'm not using junk. But to me they are. I mean, the books that I get are from a charity shop, so okay, they're not junk, but if I didn't get them, they'd go into recycling and be lost forever. Because I've had a few people that have been a bit funny about using books. To which I say, whatever, it's fine. I'm going to have to trim around this one, I think. But I'm okay with that. I'll wait till it dries and I will trim. I'm not going to wait till it dries. I'm going to use my scissors that have got glue, and I've got to be so careful here because I don't want to cut the bottom of that pocket. Gone. It hasn't gone, it's stuck on the end of my finger. Get off. Oh, now it's on my other finger. Now it's on my trousers, but that's fine. I'm just going to snip up there. I think as well you can, when you're making a journal for yourself, you can do absolutely anything that you want, can't you? And when you're making one for somebody else, as I do, because I if I'm lucky enough, I sell my journals, I like to leave some bits that a person can actually decorate themselves. There we go. And if you end up, oh look, if I'm clever, I can get that matched up. I'm not that clever. If you're lucky enough to sell a journal, I think it's always nice if the person can do something to it themselves and make it their own. So like the inside of this, I may not decorate it. I may leave it so that the person that if anybody wants it, that is, they'd be able to decorate it. Oh, I've gone off screen again, haven't I? They'd be able to decorate it themselves and put something in it, you know, maybe a photo or something that's theirs. I may well stitch around this yet. I'm undecided, but I'm going to put that in there. I might put a pocket on this other side, as I said before. just get that stuck down. And we'll have a quick look at where we are in the journal so far with what I've done. And I'll go through it with you before I let you go. So can you see I'm just leaving that little bit there, because that just means that that will close to properly. Oh gosh, I've got something under my paper now, look. What was it? Oh, it's on the back. Something on my mat. It's these little bits of yellow that are coming out my medical book. There. So the way that this will work, let's have a look. That's going to go on there as a tuck spot, so it's going to be attached on 3 sides. And then, let me move up. I do apologise if I've been out of screen a lot today. I really need to look at... I don't want to not post this video, so you'll have to bear with me if I've been out of screen. So that's going to go on there. If it is a bit big, I will take a bit off the top, because obviously I don't want to snip a bit off my pocket. But that's going to go on there. I'll put a tab on here so that it will open, and then there'll be a tuck spot just there. So I'll trim that down so it's nice and neat. And I may well put a pocket on here or a corner tuck up there so that something can go up in there. So that's that done. I'm going to leave it to one side to dry because it's a bit sticky at the minute. So let's just have a look at where we are and what we've got. So we've got 4 signatures. We've done that pocket on there. There's a pocket there, and again I've put the threads, I don't know if you can see them, but I've put some threads on there. One of Amy's frogs and some mushrooms, and one of Mrs. Cogg's cards. Jeremy Fisher book there. I've made a pocket there with a book that I had, and this is, I think this might have been from my book journal that I did that I had left over. The paper there, that's going to have that on. That's going to be a pocket there. Writing space. So there's quite a lot of writing space in here. That's going to be a flip. So I'll put something on here to show it's a flip. And then that's what we did today as well. So that's that one, and it's got that in the back. So that's that one done. This is going to be a tuck on the front of this signature. That's going to go in there. We've got that. That fabric's going to go on there. Some of my tea dyed papers. Amy's beautiful paper from the Ribbit frog kit. Oh, I was thinking of doing this as a flip in here. I might do that. Beautiful paper again. That's another flip there. And something in the back there. And then on the back of that, we've got that that's going to be a tuck spot. 3rd signature. Oh, yes, I've put 3 pockets in here. So you can see that's got 3 pockets. 1, 2, 3. And I've put the journaling cards in there, and I've put one of Amy's images on there. So that looks quite nice. Happy with that. That's flipping out. Amy's Ribbit paper again. My favourite. This is from Amy's spring kit. So still got quite a lot to do. That's the flip that I showed you, that it was just a piece of the tea dyed paper, about 1 inch of it, and I've just added that on there. And I was thinking of doing some sort of flip on there, because it goes with that. Alderman Ptolemy Tortoise bought a salad with him in a string bag, so that's going to go somewhere there. This one is the last signature, so it's going to have a tuck pocket there. One of the images that I've got with Jeremy Fisher, so that's going to go on there. This is going to flip out and have some writing paper or something in it, and maybe a tuck spot behind it. Another tuck just there, or flip open. Amy's beautiful papers. The centre of that one says the end. And then in the back of that one, I'd put a flip in there. So an image that I had from one of the books, and a card's going in there, and then I need a card to go in there. And then it's got the little one of Amy's little butterflies, ladybugs on there. So it's coming on, as I say. Oh, and that's going to go on the back there, I think. So it is coming on, but I am quite slow, aren't I? So let me know in the comments below what you think, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks a lot, folks. Bye.